My child, when Angel 1313 appears in your life, it carries profound meaning beyond what may initially seem like mere coincidence. This powerful angelic number arrives as a divine messenger, specifically when you're navigating the troubled waters of self-doubt and life's overwhelming challenges. The repeated appearance of 1313 is no accident. It's a sacred communication meant to guide you toward renewal and self-discovery. The number 1313 combines the energies of 1 and 3, each appearing twice to amplify their significance. The number 1 represents new beginnings, independence, and the power to create your reality through thoughts, beliefs, and actions. The number 3 resonates with creativity, joy, and divine support from the Ascended Masters. Together, they form a potent reminder that you are never alone in your struggles and that transformation awaits if you open yourself to divine guidance. When you encounter Angel 1313 during times of self-worth struggles, understand that the universe is acknowledging your pain while simultaneously offering a pathway toward healing. This number appears as a gentle reminder that your worth is not determined by external validation or achievement, but is inherent in your very existence as a divine being having a human experience. Type Angel 1313 to receive divine blessings. The angels surrounding you now whisper, "Beloved soul, you were created in perfection, and nothing in this physical realm can diminish the light that shines within you. Your challenges are not punishments, but opportunities for soul growth and divine reconnection. The measure of your worth is not found in the opinions of others or in societal expectations, but in the unique purpose for which your soul was created. In the quiet moments when doubt creeps in like shadows at dusk, remember that Angel 1313 carries the energy of divine reassurance. The universe does not make mistakes. Your presence here is intentional and necessary. Your unique combination of strengths, weaknesses, experiences, and dreams creates a singular melody in the cosmic symphony that cannot be replicated or replaced. In this truth lies your incontestable worth. Those who encounter Angel 1313 are often standing at the threshold of significant transformation. This number appears when you're being called to release limiting beliefs about yourself that no longer serve your highest good. These beliefs, that you are somehow unworthy, unlovable, or incapable, are not your truth, but stories you've internalized from past wounds and experiences. The divine realm now invites you to question these narratives and recognize them as illusions that have overstayed their welcome. Divine Creator, grant me the clarity to see myself through your eyes, rather than through the distorted lens of my fears. Help me recognize the sacred worth you instilled within me from the moment of my creation. When I forget my divine heritage, send your angels to remind me that I am a beloved child of the universe, worthy of love, respect, and joy simply because I exist. Amen. Angel 1313 carries a powerful message about boundaries, both their importance and the divine support available as you establish them. Many who struggle with self-worth find it difficult to set appropriate boundaries with others, often sacrificing their own needs and well-being in an attempt to gain love and approval. This pattern leads to emotional depletion and resentment, further eroding your sense of self. The angelic realm wants you to understand that healthy boundaries are not selfish but sacred. They are divine demarcations that honor both your soul's journey and the journeys of those around you. When you set clear boundaries, you create sacred space for your authentic self to emerge and flourish. You demonstrate to the universe that you value the vessel that houses your spirit and the unique path you're meant to walk. Consider this truth. Every time you honor your boundaries, you participate in a holy act of self-respect that reverberates throughout the spiritual realm. The angels celebrate when you speak your truth with love, when you say no to what diminishes you, and when you say yes to what nourishes your soul. This practice of boundary setting becomes a form of spiritual discipline that strengthens your connection to your higher self and to divine wisdom. Blessed guides of light, strengthen my resolve as I learn to honor the sacred boundaries of my being. Give me courage to speak my truth with love and to stand firm in the face of resistance. Help me recognize that in protecting the temple of my spirit, I am honoring your divine creation. When I falter, remind me that boundaries are not walls of separation, but divine demarcations of respect. Amen. The appearance of Angel 1313 carries a profound promise of complete life renewal. This number sequence arrives as a harbinger of transformation, announcing that you stand at the cusp of a powerful rebirth if you choose to embrace it. Like the phoenix rising from ashes, you too can emerge from your current challenges transformed and renewed. This renewal begins not with changing external circumstances, but with an internal revolution, a fundamental shift in how you perceive yourself and your place in the cosmic order. The divine realm invites you to reimagine yourself not as a victim of circumstance, but as a co-creator with the universe, empowered to shape your experience through conscious choices and alignment with your highest self. The path to renewal offered by Angel 1313 involves several spiritual practices. First comes the sacred act of release, letting go of outdated self-concepts, relationships that no longer serve your growth, and patterns of thought that keep you tethered to the past. This release creates space for new energies to enter your life, much as pruning a plant allows for new, more vibrant growth. Following release comes the divine practice of realignment, consciously choosing to align your thoughts, words, and actions with your authentic self rather than with fear or societal expectations. This realignment may feel uncomfortable at first, like stretching muscles long unused, but it creates the necessary foundation for lasting transformation. The third element of renewal is receptivity, opening yourself to divine guidance and support with the trust of a child. When Angel 1313 appears, it signals that powerful spiritual forces stand ready to assist you, but they await your invitation. Through prayer, meditation, and intention setting, you create channels through which this divine assistance can flow. Divine source of all renewal, I stand before you ready for transformation. I release what no longer serves my highest good and open myself to the new life you offer. Guide my steps as I walk this path of rebirth, and help me trust the process even when I cannot see the destination. When fear arises, remind me that you are the architect of my renewal, and your design for my life exceeds anything I could imagine on my own. Amen. For those encountering Angel 1313 while navigating life's challenges, know that these difficulties are not random misfortunes, but sacred initiations. Each obstacle presents an opportunity to develop spiritual muscles and to discover inner resources you never knew you possessed. The divine realm does not shield you from challenges, but stands beside you as you move through them, offering guidance, strength, and wisdom. These challenges often appear precisely when you're ready to evolve to the next level of consciousness, when your soul is prepared for expansion that can only come through facing and overcoming resistance. Just as physical muscles grow stronger when they meet resistance, your spiritual and emotional resilience develops when tested by life's difficulties. The message of Angel 1313 reminds you that challenges are temporary, but the wisdom gained through them becomes a permanent part of your soul's evolution. Each difficulty overcome becomes a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block, leading you closer to the realization of your divine potential and purpose. When facing your most daunting challenges, remember that Angel 1313 brings the assurance that you have been equipped with everything needed for this journey. Within you lies untapped reservoirs of strength, creativity, and resilience. Divine gifts awaiting activation through the catalyst of challenge. The very fact that certain obstacles have appeared in your path suggests that you already possess the capacity to overcome them, even if that capacity remains dormant or unrecognized. Guardian of my journey, when the path grows steep and the challenges seem insurmountable, help me remember that you have prepared me for this moment. Reveal to me the strength that lies dormant within, waiting to be awakened by the very challenges I face. Transform my perception so that I might see obstacles not as punishments, but as sacred invitations to growth. When I am tempted to surrender to despair, send your angels to remind me of my divine heritage and the power that is my birthright. Amen. Angel 1313 speaks directly to those struggling with self-worth, offering the profound truth that your value is neither earned nor acquired, but inherent and unchangeable. In a world that constantly assigns value based on productivity, appearance, achievements, or possessions, the divine realm offers a revolutionary perspective. You are worthy because you exist, because you are a unique expression of the divine consciousness that permeates all creation. This inherent worth cannot be diminished by failure, rejection, or mistakes. It remains constant through every season of life, every triumph and tragedy. When you align with this truth, you begin to move through the world differently, not as someone desperately seeking validation or approval, but as someone who recognizes their divine heritage and lives from that awareness. For many who encounter Angel 1313, the journey to recognizing their worth involves healing past wounds, particularly those inflicted during formative years when external messages about your value became internalized as truth. The angelic realm now invites you to revisit these wounds with compassion and to recognize that the negative messages you absorbed were never accurate reflections of your true nature. This healing process requires gentle persistence and divine assistance. Each time you notice self-deprecating thoughts or feelings of unworthiness arising, Angel 1313 encourages you to pause and replace these falsehoods with truth. I am a divine being having a human experience. My worth is inherent and unchangeable. I am loved beyond measure by the Creator who designed me with purpose and intention. The practice of affirming your worth becomes a sacred ritual, a form of prayer that aligns you with divine truth and gradually rewrites the negative programming that has limited your experience of joy, abundance, and purpose. With each affirmation, you participate in your own healing and liberation. Divine Source of all worth, when I forget the truth of who I am, gently remind me of my sacred value. Help me distinguish between the voice of fear that diminishes me and the voice of love that affirms my divine nature. When old wounds speak of unworthiness, be the healing presence that restores me to wholeness. Guide me to see myself through your eyes of perfect love, and to extend that same loving vision to others who may still be lost in the illusion of worthlessness. Amen. Those who receive the message of Angel 1313 are often being prepared for a significant shift in consciousness, a spiritual awakening that transforms how they perceive themselves and the world around them. This awakening doesn't necessarily arrive as a dramatic, instantaneous event, but often unfolds gradually through seemingly ordinary moments of insight and clarity. This shift involves moving from identification with the limited ego self to recognition of your true nature as a spiritual being intimately connected to all of creation. From this expanded perspective, many of the concerns that once consumed your energy, seeking approval, avoiding rejection, accumulating possessions, or controlling outcomes, begin to lose their grip on your consciousness. Angel 1313 appears as a guide during this awakening process, offering reassurance when the dissolution of old identities creates temporary disorientation or fear. The message conveyed is one of divine support. You are not losing yourself, but finding your true self. What falls away now creates space for what has always been your birthright, authentic expression of your divine nature. This creative power operates not through force or control, but through alignment with divine intelligence. When you recognize yourself as a channel through which universal creative energy flows, you begin to approach life's challenges differently, not as immovable obstacles, but as opportunities to exercise your creative capacity in partnership with the divine. Angel 1313 encourages you to experiment with your creative power in small, tangible ways before tackling larger life challenges. Begin by consciously creating moments of peace, joy, or beauty in your daily experience. Notice how your internal state influences your perceptions and the energy you bring to each interaction. These mindful experiments build your confidence in your ability to create positive change from the inside out. As you reclaim your creative power, remember that authentic creation flows from love rather than fear, from inspiration rather than desperation. When your creative efforts stem from a desire to express your divine nature rather than to escape, control, or impress, they align with the universal creative force and receive its full support. Divine Creator who expresses through me, awaken me to the creative power you have placed within my being. Show me where I have surrendered this sacred gift and guide me in reclaiming it with wisdom and love. Help me recognize that I am never simply a passive recipient of life, but an active participant in its unfolding. When fear tempts me to abdicate my creative responsibility, remind me that I was designed in your image to bring forth beauty, healing, and transformation. Amen. The appearance of Angel 1313 often coincides with a divine invitation to forgiveness, both of others and of yourself. Many struggles with self-worth are rooted in unhealed wounds and resentments that bind you to past pain and limit your capacity for joy in the present. The angelic realm recognizes that forgiveness is not merely a moral virtue, but a practical necessity for spiritual growth and self-liberation. The message of Angel 1313 culminates in an invitation to divine partnership, a sacred collaboration between your human consciousness and divine intelligence. This partnership represents the ultimate resolution to struggles with self-worth and life challenges, as it places you in proper relationship with both your humanity and your divinity. In this partnership, you are neither diminished as helpless nor inflated as all-powerful. Instead, you occupy the middle ground of humble co-creator, responsible for what lies within your domain of choice and surrendered to the greater wisdom that orchestrates the universe. This balanced positioning releases you from both the burden of excessive responsibility and the powerlessness of victimhood. Remember, beloved soul, that the appearance of Angel 1313 in your life is no coincidence, but a divine appointment. A sacred message sent precisely when you need it most. Your struggles with self-worth and life's challenges have not gone unnoticed in the spiritual realm. They have, in fact, called forth this specific angelic assistance, tailored to your unique journey. As you integrate the guidance offered through Angel 1313, trust that profound transformation has already begun. The mere recognition of this divine message sets in motion energies of healing and renewal that will unfold in perfect timing. Be gentle with yourself through this process, honoring both your humanity and your divinity as you navigate the sacred territory of becoming. Like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to be part of our growing community. You are held in perfect love at every moment, seen, known, and cherished beyond your current capacity to comprehend. Let this truth be the foundation upon which you rebuild your sense of worth and from which you face life's challenges. In this awareness lies freedom, purpose, and the joy that is your divine birthright. Amen.